Welcome to the Apply Kansas Site Coordinator Training. Just a little bit about the Board of Regents before we get started. So we have board members who are appointed by the governor, confirmed by the Kansas Senate. They serve 4-year terms. They govern the 6 state universities, coordinate all 32 public institutions. The Board of Regents is where the Apply Kansas initiative is housed to support high schools. The Kansas public higher education system has institutions across the state, as you can see here. There's a plethora of resources located on the kansasregents.gov website. We'll talk quite a bit about the Apply Kansas resources and resources for high school counselors. To access the Apply Kansas resources, just go to the kansasregents.gov website, student tab, and then click on Apply Kansas. There's also a subpage that's a site coordinator information and resources within the Apply Kansas page. To begin, Apply Kansas is part of a national initiative. Schools and organizations across the nation host college application completion events for their students. There's actually a network of state coordinators who meet regularly to share ideas, discuss best practices. The Kansas initiative also has additional opportunities embedded within it. So if you are a part of the Apply Kansas initiative and complete the completion survey due December 1st, then you are also able to be awarded as an all-star high school, which we'll talk about here shortly. So this national effort has been housed at the ACT Center for Impact and Learning since 2019. Some states have connected, again, their application completion events with other efforts to help students learn about, enroll in, and succeed in college. As you can see on this slide, every state, and not all of them are mentioned here on this slide, but every state kind of comes up with their own name for their campaign. But again, they're all connected to ACAC, the American College Application Campaign. So when we say college within this campaign, we're talking about education really beyond high school. So that includes not only your apprenticeship certificate programs, but also your 2-year and 4-year programs, private, public institutions, you name it. It's really about supporting students with their post-secondary planning. So not only does it recognize their post-secondary planning for higher education or education beyond high school, but it's also supporting students within their unique pathway after high school. So that could be military and career-based as well. It's really supporting all of those students with their next steps. So within this campaign, every student participates. It's a very unique opportunity to work alongside other peers, as well as with the support of other staff and other organizations to support students in navigating their application completion. A bit of research for you to kick us off. Dr. Donna Ginther, she's a distinguished professor of economics and the director for the Institute of Policy and Social Research at KU. She conducted research recently showing that from 2020 to 2030, she found Kansas is projected to add 54,000 new jobs, with 67% requiring a bachelor's degree, 14% requiring post-secondary non-degree, 6% and 6% for the doctoral and master's degrees, and 5% requiring an associate's degree, and 2% requiring some college but no degree. So as you can see there, most new jobs are going to require some post-secondary credential. Another 180,000 jobs that require a post-secondary degree will have the incumbent. So that person currently in that position exit the workforce due to retirement or moving out of Kansas, making a total of 234,000 jobs that will need to be filled with new graduates over that 10-year span. Research around college access, which includes studies from Avery and Kane 2004, Hawks, B. and Turner 2013, as well as a 2024 study from Albarazek and Pinkstone, suggests that reducing financial and information barriers, such as application fees, limited guidance, and a lack of awareness, can significantly increase college application enrollment rates, particularly among low-income and underrepresented students. Given this evidence, it may be most effective for high schools to align their Apply Kansas application completion event with the free application periods for institutions that actually charge application fees. We'll talk about that in a minute. This coordination can maximize the impact of that initiative or this Apply Kansas campaign by removing the logistical and financial barriers at a very critical decision-making point within that college going process. So what is Apply Kansas? Apply Kansas is the state's annual statewide campaign in which high schools conduct events to help seniors apply to college alongside their peers with assistance from adults and a cheering squad from those adults, whether that is school staff, teachers, local community supporters, businesses, or any volunteers who wish to support students on that day. But Apply Kansas is a statewide initiative to increase the number of students applying, enrolling, and succeeding in college or other post-high school goals or plans. As a part of that campaign, schools host school day events in which their seniors have the opportunity to receive help or assistance through their applications for the application completion. So it's very critical to be a celebrated period within those efforts, as sometimes it can be a very daunting process for students. The campaign has a focus on supporting students who are systemically underserved, those who may be from low-income families, maybe first-generation students, those students who may be first in their families to attend college, and also just the students who need an added layer of support to begin and complete the college application process or any application process. These students may not have the support or the knowledge to take those next steps, and they need you. Making the events grade wide with an eye toward especially inviting those underserved populations can actively increase the number of students who are making those plans and continuing their education after high school. At many sites, it's become a exciting annual tradition within their community, something that not only the staff, but the community looks forward to. So be sure to get some involvement there among your families, teachers, community members, and so forth. Wrap that support around those students and help them through the process. For most schools, the Apply Kansas does not have a cost with it. It's totally up to you on how you plan that, who you invite. But typically, schools invite volunteers to be on site to help students with their applications. And also, some community organizations and businesses will provide donations, water, snacks, what have you. But again, that's not a requirement. It's totally up to you and your school and what works best for you. Apply Kansas can be summed up with these 3 points. It is for all students, and it focus on reaching those underserved students, assisting them in taking their next step after high school. A few recommendations as you're planning your event. I strongly recommend inviting colleges, community partners to participate and support that event. Their involvement adds value and helps to create a collaborative atmosphere. For colleges, it's important to note that Apply Kansas is an application event. It is not a recruiting event. The focus is on helping all students with their post-secondary plans, regardless of where they choose to apply. And also our goal is to celebrate all applications for post-high school plans, recognizing the diverse pathways that students choose to take as they continue beyond high school. While it's, again, not required to hold your Apply Kansas event during the Apply Free Days, it's certainly an opportunity to reduce the application fees for your students and families. Not all institutions charge an application fee. For instance, and we'll show this more on the next page, but applying to any community college in the state is free year-round. Pittsburgh State doesn't charge an application fee. Washburn doesn't charge an application fee. Emporia State doesn't charge an application fee. So students can apply there, again, free every day. You'll see, again, this breakdown on the next page, but the Apply Free Days is October 6th through the 8th. Lots of details on the kansasregents.gov page. Navigate to the student tab and then Apply Free Days. And we'll talk about that also here in just a minute. A few recommendations as you're planning an event during these 3 days and supporting students with their applications during these 3 days. It's recommended that students be intentional in filling out applications to colleges. So while it's important for students to have backup plans and apply to those backup plans, applying to colleges without any intent or interests really wastes some of those resources and time at that institution that could be dedicated to assisting interested students. So each institution has staff dedicated to processing each individual application. So just a heads up for you. And then also another heads up, maybe extend some grace during this window, as many colleges are incredibly busy, a little backed up, receiving a lot of applications. So the decision letters and notifications might take, a few days longer to receive. And then I also want to just reiterate recommending, that students use positive communication to their recruiters or institutions. So if they're no longer interested in that institution, they can just unsubscribe or send an email to the recruiter. They appreciate that, just nicely stating that they're no longer interested. Students don't have to decide really until spring to pursue that institution to attend, but they should certainly continue meeting those deadlines, not only for scholarships, but also housing as well. So as I mentioned, quite a few institutions do not charge application fees. You can see here the public institutions who do charge application fees, which are Fort Hays, K-State, KU, Wichita State, Manhattan Area Tech, and Fort Hays Tech North Central. So what some high schools have done is, if they're interested in applying to these institutions that don't charge application fees, here's the Apply Kansas Day. If they are applying to Fort Hays, K-State, KU, Wichita State, and so forth, here are the 3 days when we will be offering the Apply Kansas, or on a certain day where you're offering that Apply Kansas application completion event for those students, or all on one day. Totally up to you, again, on how you plan that event. And the link there takes you right to those Apply Free Days resources. There's resources such as graphics like flyers, posters you can print out and have available on bulletin boards, or send out via your mass communication system, whether that's email or on a portal. Totally up to you guys. On this page as well, there are application instructions. So there are a couple institutions, I believe private institutions, who have a waiver code that you'll have to use during these 3 days. But again, all of that is located on the Apply Free Days page. Print it out and make it available during that day so you can best help your students. As you're hosting an Apply Kansas event, October has been the state's designated college application month. However, sites can, again, host their event anytime in the fall before December 1st. That's when the completion survey is going to be due. Shortly, I'll share what data will be needed and provided within that Apply Kansas submission completion data survey. So as I mentioned, Apply Kansas is a school day event where all students can and are encouraged to participate. Your event can be as simple or as complex as you make it. A lot of times, just starting out as an Apply Kansas school, it tends to be a little smaller, and then it kind of grows from there, actually, after you kind of, get a handle on what it is and how you can best support your students. First thing is, once you register for the Apply Kansas, be on the lookout for swag. These are just items, giveaways that you can utilize during your event. So those will be mailed out to you, but that also, registering for Apply Kansas puts you on a listserv where you're going to be getting some upcoming trainings, KBOR news, and announcements, and so forth. The second, they're promoting your event. So Why Apply Day is a great opportunity to do that. We'll talk about Why Apply Day in more detail here in just a moment, but it's really just getting the students and families and other stakeholders excited about Apply Kansas and students taking those next steps. Third, preparing seniors before the event. This includes students getting those necessary items required, such as ACT, GPA, class rank, and so forth. For hosting your event and celebrating, most exciting part, just really wrapping your arms around those students and celebrating their next steps and their application completions that are completed during the Apply Kansas event. The fifth, collecting that student application data. This is the required component. You're going to submit this after the event. The way you collect that is up to you. We'll talk more about that here in just a moment. And then it's also preparing your students and families for the FAFSA. Since the financial aid application is moving to October 1st, you can actually couple your Apply Kansas events with a FSA ID or FAFSA completion effort as well. Invite in those families, or maybe couple that up with like a basketball game and offer opportunities, invite in a college to assist, or what have you. Totally up to you on how you plan that. The required components that I've mentioned: create an event with at-risk or underserved students in mind, collecting that application completion summary data from your seniors. That submission deadline is December 1st, and then celebrating all the completed applications. So it's our job to make sure we create specific content to really reach those first generation, low-income students of color and so forth, and really help them understand the process and apply to college. Again, I mentioned this, the Apply Kansas and Site Coordinator pages offer a uh, wide array of resources, registration, reporting, training, and so forth. Let's revisit the required component I mentioned earlier, which is the application summary data, that completion survey that's due December 1st. This data is provided by the site coordinators like yourself. You'll submit that to the Board of Regents through that survey. And this will be a representation of your school senior application data, but it's also bigger than that. This is the data that is provided not only to councils, the state boards, to really depict, the successes that are happening in our high schools across the state. And it also represents Kansas at the national level. The data you collect from students can be shared with your administration, local board, and the broader community to show the impact that you are making with your initiatives. Your site data is due by December 1st. How you collect that is up to you. I provide a plethora of resources on the Apply Kansas page. You can just copy those and make it your own, but you're essentially surveying all your seniors, submitting that data on that survey link that I send out, and feel free again to use that data locally if you wish. There are ready-made templates in paper or Google Forms on the Apply Kansas page. And then there's also some questions linked on a PDF so you kind of know what's going to be collected on the site coordinator completion survey due December 1st. So those questions are linked on the PDF on the Apply Kansas page, as you can see here circled in red. So after you come, your students, you collect the student application data through paper or a sign-out survey of some sort, whether that's electronic. You'll then collect that data for your school and submit that on the Apply Kansas site completion survey. As I mentioned, there are ready-made items for you. This online template you see here, you can make a copy, make it your own. Some schools choose to make this a requirement before they leave the Apply Kansas event. Some send it out after and collect the application details at some point after the event, and then follow up with those who didn't provide a submission at that time. There's also additional means of collection. I know Zello offers functionality for students to submit their applications, and then you can collect the application data through those means as well. You can reach out to your Zello contact if you utilize that service. So let's take a look at the 2024 Apply Kansas Site Completion Survey details from last year. So these were events that you all offered across the state for Apply Kansas. Your Apply Kansas campaigns made a significant impact. There were 13,854 seniors who participated in the Apply Kansas throughout the state. Those are lives and futures that you impacted. So in 2024, around half the schools who participated were considered Title I or have 40% or more economically disadvantaged students. These are students who may not have applied without these events. This data gets reported at statewide board meetings and nationally to really share the impact, that you guys are making locally. I mentioned Why Apply Day. It's Friday, September 19th, 2025. This is an opportunity to promote a college-going atmosphere and also promote the upcoming Apply Kansas. So you can get your teachers, staff, even businesses involved to share not only their why they applied to post-secondary, why they went to or chose whatever higher ed institution, or why they chose a specific career, but also they can wear their alma mater T-shirts or some sort of swag for college or their career, and really promote their choice, their why, that way as well. Many high schools choose to promote this Why Apply Day differently. It's totally up to you and what works best for you and your school. Once you submit the Apply Kansas site completion survey, you are qualified for a much larger recognition called the All-Star High School recognition. There are 3 events required as a part of this opportunity, one of those being Apply Kansas. The Apply Kansas event occurs typically in the fall, around October. And then the FAFSA completion event, some schools do these in conjunction with their Apply Kansas event. Many schools team up with a local higher education institution and invite families to receive the one-on-one help in completing the FAFSA application at that time. But schools offer these events anytime after the application opens on October 1st. Some of them also offer an additional event around March to catch any students and families at that time who need some additional support in completing that FAFSA application. I'll let you know about a resource here in just a few moments to really be more informed about which students have submitted their application and which students may need some additional assistance. But that third component there is a senior signing day. So this is kind of like an athletic signing ceremony where students are, no matter their decisions, are all celebrated. This can be a big event, like a scholarship award night or big ceremony, or it could be a bulletin board, maybe just having some treat bags, donuts for decisions, a map showing where they're going, or so forth. And also getting other students involved, underclassmen, to really show where their peers are going, really gets them excited as well. We have a presentation at a board meeting that recognizes the winners, the All-Star High Schools, and also send out a banner for first year, a sticker to place on that banner for second year. Then we do some recognition on social media as well. A list of 217 All-Star High Schools is available on the All-Star High School page, really celebrating all of the All-Star High Schools from last year. So be sure to check those out. Pretty exciting growth within this program. Some very important dates you want to just be aware of. There's going to be 3 important dates for all the initiatives I mentioned. August 21st is when that Apply Kansas registration swag form is going to be due. Hopefully you've done that by now. And then also December 1st is when that Apply Kansas site completion survey form is going to be due. This is the application data that you've collected, and then you'll put that in a form to send to us. And then April 1st is the All-Star Qualifying High School form. That's when you show that you've completed that Apply Kansas, the FAFSA completion event, and then the senior signing type event. I realize April 1st, you may not have that senior signing event completed yet. It may be in the plans. You will put those plans on that form on April 1st. You will put those plans on there, and then we will vet those plans as well for your recognition. Some additional resources to help support you in supporting your students with college and career readiness. First, JPAC is a great resource for college counselors, high school counselors, to really help you support your students better. It's a regional organization that allows you to extend your resources, meet with other high school counselors from Nebraska, Kansas, and Oklahoma, share your resources. You can attend their college fairs as a member. Pretty exciting this year, they're offering free membership for high school counselors. And they also give out scholarships for their member schools as well to students. And again, linked there, plethora of resources. You can find these slides on the kansasregions.gov site. Go to the Students tab and then Apply Kansas. And then CASFA, a great resource for all things financial aid. They get the most up-to-date information from the U.S. Department of Ed and frequently update their website with information and resources to help you, as well as provide training. So highly recommend attending their professional development. As I mentioned, the financial aid form is going to be planned to be available on October 1st. And then also a huge resource is actually located on the very bottom link under FAFSA resources. This is your school district can access their student FAFSA submission updates. So it's going to show you once you submit this form to Linda Oldham Burns and complete that MOU process, you are going to be able to see which students have submitted the FAFSA, which students completed the FAFSA, which students obviously from there need your help in completing that FAFSA, and then also students selected for verification so that you can follow up with them and explain to them what the verification process is, or to be checking their email and complete, whatever the next steps are for them to get access to that financial aid. Huge, huge opportunity, new opportunity for high schools to become really more aware than ever about their financial aid student processing and so forth. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Be sure to register as Apply Kansas School if you haven't already. Start planning. Exciting times. Be sure to like us on Facebook and Instagram and share everything you have going on for college and career readiness. We're excited to see it. Thank you. Have a great day.